Hi, Chris. Hi, Nick. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, how are you?
Well, how are you?
I'm good. Great.
Is it chilly at all in Arizona or not even at all?
I put a jacket on this morning, but it was 80 at noon, so it's nice.
Colorado is in a funky place this time of year, but we had 2 inches of snow, but it was like 65, 70 by the afternoon.
Yeah, you always get that good weather. The sunshine comes out, so it's good.
Hi, Lori. How are you? Hi, Kari.
It's
Hi,
85
Rach.
here, if you wanted to know, Lauren.
What did you tell me about what it is in Hawaii?
It's 85.
Oh, every day. Hi, Jess. Hi, Paula. Hi, Alex. Hi, Casey. Hi, Laura. Hi, Jeff. If you guys want to mute when you pop on, you can. And if not, I'll mute everybody as soon as we start the call here. You're welcome to pop out and say hi if you want. Brad, is Paula with you or just you?
She's coming.
Oh, I always just see like her name. Hi, Samantha.
Hi, Lauren.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, dear? Good?
I'm so good. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
I am
from what?
Of tutoring, and so I'm in my car. I'm in a mute.
Oh, well, I'm glad you made it on. Hi,
so
Eric, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, Ian.
Hello.
Hi, Danielle. How are you?
Good. How are you?
So good. All right, you guys, we're going to get this started. Hi, Mary Ellen. Hi, Christina.
Hello.
All right, you all. Thank you so much for calling in for our Monday night team call. As you know, we have had, 13 weeks of just amazing training with just an incredible lineup with so many of Isagenix top leaders and trainers. And the grand finale is our co-founder, Kathy Coover. And I kept this one a surprise until today because I am just so excited for her to bring it home for a bang. But I am going to ask Kathy to share a little bit of her story because some of you only know her from when you first log in to your back office and she introduces herself. Some of you have seen her at our events and been around, Isagenix for many years. But nonetheless, it's a complete privilege and honor to have her on the call. I want to give the formal accolades because Kathy deserves it, but she was the top income earner of 3 different network marketing companies. And not only did she experience some of the negative things that have happened in the industry and why Isagenix is so different and will be the most trusted and respected company, but she also has been in the field. And to get to the top and create those tools and those systems and the duplication in the leadership, we could not learn from anybody more superior in the industry. She is known as one of the most influential people in network marketing. She and her husband, Jim, came out of retirement in 2002 to build Isagenix. We are over a $7 billion cumulative sales network marketing company. And I feel like I always say this because they say it, but we're just getting started. Over 17 years. And there's so many things that are coming, that are so many things on the horizon that I want Kathy to talk about. But most of all, what I want you all to know, for those of you that have never met her and experienced her, is she's a family gal. From the top down, Isagenix culture, our integrity, the community, all comes from she and Jim and Eric, and really just putting family first, doing the right thing, and pouring into us. So it's 7 o'clock in Arizona time. She's worked a full day. She does not have to be on here, but chooses to, so that all of us can have this incredible opportunity and these solutions. So thank you guys for hopping on. And Kathy, I'd love for you to just pop out and tell everybody a little bit about your story before Isagenix and how you're here. And
I will. And first of all, I got to congratulate you for your amazing team. Lauren, no one deserves to be an Isagenix legacy member than this woman. So I'm just so proud of her. And I'm sure you are too. So it's just great to have, your leader being at the top. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it because you probably have heard my story before. But you know what I can tell you is that I was a health professional for 18 years, and I loved my job. I loved my career. I did everything possible. I even started the first dental hygiene center in California, but it was still teeth, and I was burned out, and I wanted to be home with my son and do more. So I was looking for a way out, and Jim kept saying, you got to do network marketing. You got to do network marketing. And I was afraid to do it because I was afraid to speak in front of the room. So my biggest fear was public speaking. And then I was afraid to explain a compensation plan because ours, the ones that I saw were so complicated, so convoluted. They're not easy like our compensation plan. So anyway, so I finally got over my fears. I jumped in, and I'll tell you what, my first year I was a real bumbling, a babbling. I mean, I can't even believe it's kind of embarrassing to think back how I was, but you know, the more you fail, you just keep failing forward and keep doing it. And then pretty soon you get so good at it because you've talked to so many people and you really get the message down. So like Lauren said, I was very fortunate. It was my first company. I stayed with them 5.5 years. I would, I would have never left it, but they sold the company. So I had no choice to move on. I moved on, and then I built another one from scratch. In 18 months, I was making over $100,000 a month. And they had regulatory issues. So, and then I built another one. And then September 11th hit, and I watched my whole business go up in the air. So anyway, but I'm grateful for all those experiences. They were what made me become who I am. And I learned as I went. I never gave up. I just kept pushing forward because I believe so much in this profession. I believe in people. I believe in this opportunity. And I love the free enterprise that it allows people to work from their home, to do what they want, when they want, to have unlimited income, to impact people's lives, to build camaraderie, personal development. I mean, I could go on and on and on. And so I believe all those things that happened to me prepared me for Isagenix to know how to do it right. And so we take a huge responsibility for all your success. And like Lauren said, you know, we really put our associates first. We think about everything. We're having a huge meeting in our house tomorrow with all of our executive team. So I've been hustling around getting that ready today. But, you know, we just had such a great team, and it's so exciting right now. I mean, we're really reinventing and upgrading Isagenix. And you're seeing some of it coming out, a little bit of it. So I'm excited about that. You've seen the new bone broth and the packaging. And so we're going to be upgrading our packaging, going to more natural, organic look. We're upgrading everything in our ingredients to go to raw. I mean, it is so exciting if you knew what I know. This Dr. Josh Plant has been a real blessing to our lives. He is so committed. He's young. He's 38. He's smart. He's ambitious. And he's good at marketing too. So we're really excited. We have so many new things coming down the pipe for everyone, just to get people excited. But you know, our core competency is our intermittent fasting. It's right up on the top of Google Analytics, and we were the first ones on the market to do that. So don't forget the core that really kept us going. It's just that we have now BIA and stuff like that to help during the cleansing. We have the bone broth to help during cleansing. We have the CBD if you get anxiety. I mean, we have so many new things that are coming, and even more coming in January for our intermittent fasting, which is really the core. It's really come of age. I mean, we were the first ones on the planet. So don't forget about that, because it benefits the natural production that your body produces. It naturally produces, natural HGH, because it puts your body in that state. It builds your immune system. It helps, your skin, everything. I mean, look at your skin the next day after you cleanse. I mean, you look fabulous. So there's so many great things coming. We're upgrading our IT. We're making it easier for people to sign up. You've probably seen a few changes coming through. We're going to mobile apps. We hired a new guy that's really awesome. That's really helping with that. So, it's just nonstop right now. But so we're getting ready for the next wave for Isagenix, because, everything goes in cycles. I mean, it's just the way business is. They go in cycles. And if you don't reinvent yourself and you don't upgrade and you don't change, you're gonna be left behind. I mean, I think when we started, Lauren, gosh, we didn't even have the iPhone then. And now look at it. I mean, it's a different world. And then of course, Amazon has changed a lot of things. You know, the way we shop, the way we buy one thing and this. And so we're looking at all those things too. That's what our whole meeting's about. You know, how can we make it easier for everyone to join Isagenix?
That is so exciting. It's true. I was laughing earlier today because I got a new computer over the weekend and I was moving files over. And when I started Isagenix, we weren't even doing Zoom. And I've only been here 6 years. It was all still on the HD conference line. I had all these saved like MP3 calls. So if you all can't feel the excitement, and it's true, I have a tasting on Wednesday and I have more people coming than I've had in probably 2 years because they all want the bone broth. They all want to try BIA. They're so excited to try it. So I thank you for everything that's coming up that's new and fresh and tasty and innovative. People are excited about it.
I mean, I just got to say a couple things about the BIA because the BIA is, if you have cleansed and you've used it, you know, it's got those raspberry ketones in it that help decrease your appetite. It's got the ashwagandha that makes you, have you noticed that you're kind of like in a little bit better mood? The first one I had when I went, wow, I feel really good. And, you know, and it's got those raw vitamins. And then the bone broth, you know, in the evening, sometimes you don't want something cold. And that just helps satiate you. So we have, it's so great. We're just making cleansing a lot easier.
Absolutely. Okay, so one of the questions I'd love to ask you about is right now people have been going and going. A lot of people came out of Nashville, they were fired up and we're wrapping up the 90-day game plan. And even though we kind of build in sprints and part of going hard is to relax a little bit over the holidays, we don't want people to take their foot off the gas, right? We want to just be trudging and come 2020, we're the first people or the first that people think about when they're gonna make a healthy change or a transformation. What are some of your best tips or what would be the advice for just being consistent through the holidays, sharing Isagenix, using the Healthy Holiday Giving Guide and doing tasting, staying healthy, whatever that would be? Let's let them hear it from the best.
Well, you said a lot right there, but you know, it is yourself staying healthy and vibrant and feeling good. And then asking people questions. I mean, you come in contact with so many people during the holidays. I mean, people you haven't seen for months and months. And so it's always being up. It's always asking them personal questions. You know, what is your goals for 2020? It's such a great year. I just love the 2020. So what are your goals? What are your financial goals? What are your business goals? And just see what they say. You know, it's just asking people questions, finding out what they want and meeting their needs. And then their health goals. I mean, because everybody starts thinking about it this time of year. They start thinking about what will 2020 look like for me? And are they going to keep doing the same thing that they've always been doing, you know, or are they going to try to reach out and try something new? So it's just really, really honing in, asking people questions, being prepared, carrying things with you. You know, I mean, today I went and got my teeth cleaned and my hygienist, you know, I gave her one of the BIAs and she was so excited. She was so excited to try it. I mean, it's just having those things with you and opening up the conversation and keeping engaged with people. And don't be afraid to talk to them. If it's not for them, you'll know right away. And you can always just talk about something else. But I'd say, and then the other thing too is, you know, you can say, I'm expanding my business this year. I mean, you can tell me your goals. My goals for 2020 is to double the size of my existing business. So I'm looking for ways to expand my business. So, you know, and then ask people, do you know anybody that has a burning desire that wants to change their position in life? Anybody that's looking for better health? Anybody that's looking for an additional income stream? You know, because everybody asks me that. When I go anywhere, they ask me, I'm expanding my business. Do you know, can you give me referrals? So you know, don't be afraid to ask people for referrals. That's what this business is about. It's referral marketing. So I think it's just engaging people in conversation, being out there, being prepared, being excited about what you have, being up, you know, and talking about them. Talk about people. They love to talk about themselves. What are their plans? You know, what are their plans over the holidays? Are they going on vacation? Because a lot of people, you know, say, I can't afford to go on a vacation. Well, look at, I'm going to be able to take my family here because I found an additional stream of income. If you'd like to hear about it, I can tell you later. You don't have to tell them right then, but asking them those things, because so many people struggle during the holidays because it's expensive. And
That's
then
so true. I saw this this
Yeah, you've gotten
article.
in this 90 game plan, you know, energy. So just don't let that go. You know, I know you have to spend times with family, but work your power hours. Work your power hours. Keep going with those power hours. Don't give up on them. Mark out your calendar. I mean, I have my calendar printed out here, right here. So I would be marking out my power hours that I'm going to work my Isagenix business, and then book your family time too, because you need to spend time with your family during the holidays.
Oh, that's such good advice. I hope you all are doing that. I have everything on my whiteboard in front of me or on my phone, but it's so true. I mean, I pencil in everything. And I learned this from Kathy and Susan Sly. I pencil in workouts, I pencil in errands, I pencil in, you know, the income producing activities, fun, everything. And it looks solid, but you just kind of can tell what you're doing more of. So I love some of your verbiage. I hope you all are copying that down. You know, feel free to copy the chat, email it to yourself so you have it. But Kathy has such good terminology, and it's just really good. It's relatable, it's fun, it's confident, but she's been in business for so long, and this works. Like those exact questions I have used many, many, many times learning it from her. So I hope you guys are grabbing those, because these will help you excel at the end of 2019 and into 2020. So the last I heard, we had less than 900 New Year's kickoff tickets. You might even know the count, and it's probably less than that as of now. But if you had, you know, some words of advice, or why should they be coming? When we're saying you gotta go, what would be the number 1, 2, 3 reasons for them to come to Phoenix in January?
Well, it kicks off the year, you know, and we all need a reboot. We all need a kickoff. And this is going to be an extraordinary event. I mean, I was just talking to Josh about an hour ago about what he's going to be talking about. And it's going to make Isagenix super simple. I mean, we have complicated things. I mean, I'll admit it, we have complicated things. So we're going to make it so super simple. And he's going to be presenting that to people. So, you know, your presentation skills will be elevated. You're going to hear from other people that are the people that are in front of the room are doing the do, and they're successful. They'll be sharing some of their tips, how they're connecting, how they're using social media. We're going to have a rock star panel, you know, too, that's going to be talking about their leadership in action formula, how they're doing that, how they're enrolling 5 people a month, what are they doing, how they rank advancing, how they're using those skills. And then plus you see, I mean, for me, every time I see somebody on stage, people go, if they can do it, I can do it. You know, because you're going to see people just like you, and you'll be able to relate to them, and you'll learn tips from them, and you'll think, hey, I can do that. So, you know, you'll miss out if you're not there. I'm just telling you, the biggest regret you're going to have is you're going to have more people in the seats. That's what you're going to want. You really are. It's going to be high energy. You can go to corporate headquarters. I mean, my goodness, it's the motherland. You know, you can go right there and see everything. So it's going to be sensational. You need to get the ticket. And plus, it's usually beautiful here. It's still 85 degrees here right now. I don't know if it'll be that in January, but you never know with Arizona.
It's so true. And I would just add in there the culture. The event is absolutely what changed it for me. I mean, with my background in nutrition, I didn't feel like I needed to learn the products. You know, I mean, of course I did. And that was a foolish thing. But at the time I thought, oh, I can do this. I'm a nutritionist, or, you know, I was fine with talking to people, but it was going there and seeing all the success stories. And some of my best friends, not just in the company, but in life, came from an event, and just people that you got paired up with, you sat next to. That there's so many things, but the community is huge. And no matter how amazing these calls are, they will never even come close to being in that person and seeing the energy and hugging all those people. So I would add that in there as well.
So
all right.
True.
So Kathy, everyone always wants to know how you use the products. So specifically to the CBD and the bone broth, how are you loving them right now? What are you utilizing? What are you noticing?
Well, with the bone broth, I have only been on it for like 4 days before we launched it, because it came in right then, but I take it every day. I mean, I take it in the afternoon because it really helps satisfy me. I haven't really noticed anything yet, but I feel great. I'm more satiated. I'm not hungry all the time. By the afternoon, I'm just hungry all the time, and I can't kind of get that feeling of full, and that makes me feel full. So I love that. And the CBD, I do use it on my hands because I have a little bit of, because I lift a lot of weights and they ache a lot, and I do ingest it too. We're not supposed to say that, but I do. I've been taking CBD actually for 3 years for sleep, because I'm just so amped up that I take the sleep spray, but then I take that too because it It really helps me stay asleep. I love it. And
That's
it's
so awesome. I cannot wait for everyone to try it on Wednesday
Yeah.
when I have it here at the party.
okay, good. Yeah, it tastes fabulous too. You can't even taste it.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so you gave some verbiage when we were talking about the holidays and how to ask questions about their business goals or health goals, financial goals, who do they know? What about when you're just meeting people? Like if you're out in the market shopping, if you're looking for holiday gifts, I think that you are absolutely the best connector. If you all have never watched it, literally Google Kathy Cooper Master Connector. There's an amazing video of Kathy teaching this, but there's so many people that will be at Nordstrom looking for gifts or at Ulta or wherever they may be. And what are the best ways to either utilize samples that if you're carrying them, like how would you just share them with a total stranger? But what would be ways to connect with some of those customer service reps for them to take a look at Isagenix?
Well, some of the best people when you're out and about are the people like behind the makeup counter and the salespeople, and they're tired, they're exhausted right now. I mean, during that time they're nonstop. So, I think some of the great products to sample are the e-shots. If you keep, you keep them cold, in your purse. Carrying a Bia. I mean, just having that can is. People go, what is that? What is that? I've never seen that. It just makes me in a better mood. It keeps my energy up. I feel phenomenal. I don't get tired. I'm just, I'm feeling fantastic on it. Who doesn't want that? So it's being prepared with those things. And then it's also asking people questions behind the counter. Simple things like, how are you holding up during these holiday seasons? You just ask them, how are you holding up? If they say, oh my God, I'm exhausted or whatever, then you can introduce the product. And then if they're really, really good and there's someone that you'd like to have in your organization, and I did this all the time, but remember, you're picking your people. Don't just do this to everybody. You want to do it to someone that really deserves it. I mean, you've had someone, I'm sure, that waits on you and, serves you that is just extraordinary. Well, tell them that. Say, you know what? You are so good at what you do. And then just pause. You are so good at what you do. And pause. Let it sink in. They go, well, thank you. And then say, I bet you would be really, really good at my business. And don't tell them anything else. And they're going to go, really? What is it? And say, look, let me set a special time so we can talk. I mean, but those are the ones that you're hand picking. I got some of my best people that way. I hand picked them because they come after you. They're kind, they're friendly, they're smiling. So, you can find some really good business builders. And the other thing you can say, I bet they pay you a lot of money for working here because you are so good. And I'm just telling you, they're going to say, no, I don't get paid a lot of money. So, it's just saying little intriguing things like that, creating the curiosity, getting their contact information, asking them on Facebook or Instagram, find out so you can tag them or you can send them something, but don't just say that and give them a business card because that's old. You just need to get their contact information. You need to friend them on Facebook or Instagram so they can start following you and really start connecting with them.
I love that you just brought that up because it's so good. And I think even though most of us know that just posting on Facebook is not enough or posting on Instagram, that people are not seeing it. However, when you do build that relationship or connect with someone, there's instant credibility if you're consistent with your social media. So it's important. And I will just share with you, my most recent enrollment is from a bartender using Kathy's verbiage. And I've heard her say this over and over again, but it was exactly that. She was wonderful. She paid attention to detail, all the food allergies. And I told her, I said, you're amazing. I think you would be absolutely incredible at what we do. And I said, I'd love to chat with you. A week later, went to coffee, showed her the presentation. She signed up on the spot. And she said to me, this will be the first thing I've ever done that I don't exchange time for money. Like, it's so powerful. It's so powerful. So I think—
But you handpicked her. See, you handpicked her. You saw the skills that she had. And, then you connected. You met her for coffee. That's what it takes. It takes that one-on-one. I don't care what anybody says. There's nothing like the human voice and the human contact. That's why you got her.
It's so true. And it's fun. I enjoy that part. to get to know people and hear their why, hear their dreams, like get them excited. That's the best part of this.
That's
not
right.
my auto ship's coming out. I mean, we all have to deal with that, but those first meetings are, I think, the best part of this whole thing.
Well, and it's just getting to know them too, asking them questions. Are you happy with your job? Can you see yourself doing this for the next 5 years? It's going to satisfy you. Because nobody asks people those kind of questions. Maybe their spouse might, but somebody else will say it and they'll think, wow, this is something you can do right alongside with what you're doing and create this nest egg. And then when you're ready, you can let go and then showing them the products. I mean, it's just a natural, it's a perfect time because everybody's looking right now.
It's so true. And no one's asking them those questions. We're not even asking ourselves those questions. When I first was introduced to Isagenix, I never even thought that way. We've been told so many things, and to be able to turn that light on of possibility or showing another way, it's so exciting. Okay, so the last question that I want to ask, because someone texted me about it, if you're okay, before our finale question is, can you talk a little bit more about Amazon? They're just wanting you to clarify kind of a little bit about what Amazon's done, how that's kind of affecting our industry negatively or positively. They just wanted a little bit more clarification on that.
Okay. Well, I think Amazon has made it so simple for people to buy whatever they want. And that simplicity is where we want to be. We want to be so it's so simple for people to buy. They've also, just changed the way we buy. I mean, because, you buy one thing at a time. And here we're asking people to buy a big pack. So that's where we're rethinking a lot of things that we do, because sometimes they'll try one or two things and all of a sudden they're hooked. Then they're buying this and then they're buying that. And so, it has some good things and some bad things, but it's made us all aware. And being aware and really, it's changed. It's really changed everything. I mean, look at all the retail outlets going out of business. And so I think that, we need to become like we really have an online wellness store. All of you have your own little Amazon store. So if we can get this so simple to buy and simple to find out stuff, that's our goal. That's what we're really, really pushing for right now, is with our IT to make it so simple with the mobile apps and everything else. So, it's probably a good thing in a lot of ways, but it has caused a lot of change and a lot of disruption, with the way we buy, and it's caused a lot of grief for a lot of people. They've gone out of business. I mean, I just heard Barney's closing in New York. I mean, I can't even imagine. I mean, that store's been around ever since I can remember. All the Forever 21s, 350 of them are out of business. So I mean, you have to move and you have to change with the times, and that's what Isagenix is doing right now.
Well, it definitely, offers a lot of confidence to the field that you are just on top of that and on the forefront and not waiting. I remember Eric, I think it was 2 years ago at Celebration, when he talked about that, Blockbuster wasn't prepared for Netflix, or taxis weren't prepared for Uber and Lyft, and just that you're thinking so into the future and the forward to protect this company and lead this company. That's absolutely amazing. And I would just say that no matter how simple it is to buy, nothing replaces like that personal relationship sometimes. And this is why it's so good. Just to remember that we all have to be building these relationships, that people have loyalty to you, or they want to support you, and spending the time to get to know people outside of just texting them, outside of just putting them into a Facebook group or tagging them into a Facebook post. All of those things are great. But if I could just encourage, and I know Kathy would say this as well, really build those relationships. Laura Laurie on our team, who's amazing, she goes to a networking meeting almost every day, and sometimes 2 a day, 3 a day, and she is constantly enrolling 2 to 4 people a week. But these people trust her, they like her, she's professional about it, but it's that relationship. And so it's just a reminder of that, no matter how simple it is, that people buy things from people they know, like, and trust, right?
And Amazon doesn't pay you either.
Yeah, so true.
Make money off of Amazon. But what they've done with the ease is making a mark.
And I'll just say, I'm into a whole new network right now with the beginning of the wedding plan stages.
Oh, wow.
But it's so many of these vendors are entrepreneurs. Like as soon as they're like, what do you do? I mean, I'm having amazing conversations with photographers, videographers, florists, all these people that are independent businesses. And just to say, would a side hustle help you during the slow season? So I just am sharing that with you to like, just remind yourself there are networks everywhere. And if you've gone to church or gone to school, just keep thinking about places you can tap into because they know each other and they would refer each other. So the final question, and then I want to honor your time and, you know, make sure we stay within 30 minutes. But what would be your final tips right now? Just so the people are fired up, they go for it, they have a 10 out of 10 belief in Isagenix all around. I mean, just close us out with what they need to hear.
Well, I would say is that, you know, right now is you should be getting your team ready for 2020. I mean, you've got to have your captains ready to go. And, you know, it's really going and having conversations with people. Look, I'm taking my business to the next level. I'd love you to join me and really we're going to accelerate. We're going to accelerate this year. We're going to double the size of your team. And I just want to know if you're with me. So get your captains ready because some people might not be ready to accelerate. Some people have timing's not right. So you have your key people that you're working with. So you always have to know where you are. You always have to know where you stand in your business. Who's going with you and who's just going to kind of keep doing the same old, which is fine. They keep ordering, they refer for people, but who are your runners? And you just want to make sure you have enough runners. And even if you have one, if one person says, I want to run, don't think, oh, that's not don't be hard on yourself. Great, I got one. Yay, I got one. I want to go get 4 more really runners with me because you want to be working with 5 people at all time, really to push them forward. Set goals for them. You know, where are you going to be, you know, by New Year's kickoff? Don't let them sit, you know, all the way to the end of January. They need to be accelerating, rank advancing. What ranks you want to be at? You know, are you going for any of the retreats? Are you going for the Sedona trip? Push your people for those trips because those trips really are going to be huge. Are you going to be going to join the Cougars in their home in Tahoe? I mean, there's a lot of things out there. Are you going to be setting your sights for the executive retreat? And so get them to commit, make a list, make a checklist out of all the things that you're going to ask them. What rank are you going to be at? Who are your 5 people you're working with? Do you have 5 committed people? And if they don't, say, that's okay. Let's go out and I got 1. Great. Let's go out and get 4 more. So know where your people are. Create little, you know, files on them. I just had a call with this gal from Canada today. And she said, you've told me this 1,000 times, the new associate checklist. I used to listen to you and I never did it. And she pulled out the file and she said, my business has changed because I'm asking these people questions. I'm asking what's missing from my life. I'm asking what their life wants to be like. How much money would it take? And she said, I have sorted through everybody and these are my key ones. And I'm working with them totally different. So ask people questions, you know, find out what they want this year. What is your dream for this year? What would make you feel so satisfied and so proud, you know, that you accomplished in 2020? What would that be? Set it right now and get them ready. Get their teams ready to go. And, you know, keep them engaged during the holidays. Keep them moving forward. And then work with the people that want it. The other ones that don't, it's okay. Keep them there, keep them working, and keep pouring belief into them because you never know when the timing is right and they're going to come across. So take your runners, work really intense with them, find out what they want, and hold them accountable. You know, just say, look, we're going to work this and we're going to do it together. That's why the leadership in action is so good because, you know, I love what Lindsay Weinia does, and I love what Julie Urovic does. And that is they have to take a picture on Sunday and send it to their sponsor to see what it looks like because they get embarrassed if they haven't done anything. So and then if you have people that are struggling and it's not working or something's wrong, ask them questions. Say, what are you saying? I want you to approach me. It's a good time to work with your people, get their skill sets up better. Like, well, what are you saying? Like somebody said, one lady said, I got 30 no's. I said, well, tell me what you're saying. And she was horrible. You know, she just needed some coaching. She just needed a little bit to tweak her and she's flying now. So you got to ask them, you know, you got to ask them pointed questions. You know, where do you want to be? You know, what's working for you? How many committed people do you have? Are you leading with the product or the business or both? Where do you feel comfortable with? What do you not feel comfortable with? So you can get them comfortable doing that. Are you showing people how to make money? Are you You know, are you showing that in the initial sign up, the Crystal Consultant bonus? Find out those things. I mean, after this, I'm going to go make a checklist right now for all the things that you should be asking your people, because if you don't ask them, they might not know, and it could be just one or two things that will turn them. So work with those committed people, set goals for them, and just charge forward. And remember, and I always say it, the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack, and it's so true. If you're leading your pack's going to run with you. If you're sitting back and doing nothing, your team's going to sit back. They'll follow the leader. It's just the way it is.
That's so good. Did you all hear that? Kathy, she's going to get off this and make a checklist. I was typing as fast as I can because they're so good. They're such good questions. So I just want to unmute so everybody can say hello to you and thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Kathy.
you.
Love it, Kathy.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Kathy.
Bye.
Bless
Good to
you.
see you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
for
for your generous
joining.
time.
I didn't say.
And thanks to Lauren for her leadership. Thank you so much. Have a great
Bye,
evening.
guys. Good night. Thank you so much. Happy Monday.
Same to you.